My understanding of latent power has always roughly been, sometimes you get hit hard enough, and it activates. But the other day someone shared something with me that helps utilise latent power more so. With all that said, here is permanent latent power with Master's Touch-ish. Long story short, the self-damage from Dragon Vein Awakening on the Safi armor contributes to latent power. Yeah.
Did people know about this?
Every time you swing your weapon, you take damage. Eventually that adds up to activating latent power. So latent power 5 gets 50% affinity and 50% stamina reduction. You also have the extra 20% affinity from the Dragon Vein Awakening, so you only need to hit 30% affinity on your weapon to get to 100. So the best weapons this works on are hammers, longswords, and insect glaives. It can work well with dual blades and even replace Marathon Runner, but the problem here is how much Dragon Vein Awakening tries to murder you with dual blades. Of course it can work with any weapon, but these are the best in my opinion. I actually found a neat way to implement this with bows, so I'll be doing a video on that in the future. So, grab yourself a Safi weapon, stick on Teostra Technique, Sharpness 5, and a load of attack. Go Tio Helm, Safi Chest, Safi Arms, Tio Waist, and Safi Legs. With this build, you need health augment and some medicine. Also, eat for Feline Medic if you can, because your set will try and kill you. Let's look at what decorations we want. We need 4 Handicraft to reach Purple Sharpness, but we'll be using a Handy Charm for that. Next we want our remaining Latent Power. This pairs nicely with Vitality. Let's throw in some Resentment and Medicine. We'll use a Crit Jewel for our final Crit Boost, and a Fortify, and a Flight Jewel. The last 4 slot is up to you. Expert if you can't fit an Affinity Augment on the weapon, but more Handicraft or Medicine will help. If you're using a hammer, you might want to swap the Flight Jewel for a KO. I like to have Power Prolonger on the glaives though. Right, so weapon drawn, we have 50% affinity, Master Touch. We need to activate Latent Power by taking 180 damage, which is why you need 3 health boost and max health. You can either swing your weapon around in the camp for a bit, counter it with an Austera Jerky and head in, but I think this is way better. Bring along the Affinity Booster Plus. That way you don't eat into your Latent Power time too early on. You use your booster to get you to 100% affinity and start swinging away at the monster. By the time the affinity booster runs out, you should have used your weapon enough to activate latent power naturally from the Safi chip damage, all whilst recovering that chip damage back, even without taking damage from the monster. This also means you'll always be using Resentment 2 for extra free attack. When latent power runs out, it'll start building up again straight away, assuming your booster isn't ready again. I found the Insect Glaive is particularly useful and fun in the Safi Siege. Doing the siege over and over can get really dull. This really opens up a new way to play, constantly attacking Safi with 100% full crit boost to keep up your health and latent power with a load of stamina too, and easily being able to tenderise all the Safi parts for you and teammates. If you're running Glaive for Safi, like I said earlier, I'd recommend swapping some Resentment for Power Prolonger, so you don't waste the whole fight trying to get your extracts. If you didn't know, another way to prolong this is to gather your white and red essence first. Play the game as you normally would, and then as it's about to run out, extract the orange essence. You'll have a little less damage when you're missing the orange, but the uptime for attacking more than makes up for this.
So the MRKT quest can be a bitch, damage over time wise, but if you get a mount, you actually activate her Molten State. It's incredibly easy and useful to do this with a glaive as early on as you can. So the reason I mentioned Safi earlier is because of the Insect Glaive's ability to clutch onto monster mid-combo, and the fact that we're using a Safi weapon wounds the part even faster than normal. This also works for keeping the Golden Goddess's horns weakened too. The evasion of her attacks is a nice bonus too here, and we don't have to worry about sharpness dropping to white. Most of the time.
What did you think of this set idea? Did you already know about this?
Did everyone except me?
Like and subscribe, spread the word, and look after yourselves.
Amazing!